Hello guys. So I've been asked by a couple of people to do this. First off, I'm a total introvert, so this is a little bit outside my normal comfort range, but I own Digital Diversions in Austin, Arkansas, about a mile outside of Cabot. And I wanted to make this video just to kind of show you guys what I have in the store if you've never been in here before. So after coming inside, if you turn to your left, you'll see my lovely beach towels I have hanging in the window. It looks kind of rough from the inside, but they're there to block sunlight onto the Xbox cases to keep them from fading. And also to make the window not see through at night because the way the sign is in the window, at night you can't see unless like the back of it's blocked. So if you go to your left, you'll come across the Xbox shelf. Um, this is my selection of stuff currently. This is December 7th, 2024. So I have a few Xbox One games, not a lot. But what I do have is here. And on the bottom couple rows, there's spine, and that just kind of depends on how many of each system I have. So that's my Xbox stuff. Xbox 360, I've got a little more. Some of that's glare, you're not going to be able to see everything, but there's those. And that continues on a little bit more to the right. And yes, the Xbox Live Arcade, I know that's no longer valid, but it's just being sold for the games that are on the disc. There's a couple on there. And of course, Connect at the bottom, which doesn't sell very well. Then my Xbox One section, I've got a decent selection of them. It actually does pretty good out here. I know a lot of people have said the Xbox One is not the most popular in their stores, but it actually does pretty good for me. So that's my Xbox stuff. Then moving on to Nintendo. My GameCube selection is pretty dismal. It is. Got a couple things. Got some disc only stuff in there. Nothing crazy. Some Harry Potters and some, I don't know. Look here, just basic stuff. Scooby Doo's, Monkey Ball, things like that. Got a couple more games up here. I might have one or two in the case too. I can't remember if I got them over there or not that are GameCube as well. So then it goes over to my Wii stuff. I've got a few decent Wii games in stock at the moment. Like Mario Super Sluggers and Mario Kart Wii, the Zelda. Got Force Unleashed 2. The rest of it's mostly shovelware. I mean, a couple bucks a piece, what I sell them for. Then I've got some Wii U stuff. I've actually got some decent games in there, but a lot of them are without cases, which that kind of sucks, but it is what it is. I've also got Bayonetta 1 and 2, I think, over in the case as well. My Switch selection is rough at the moment. That has been the hardest for me to get in. But I've got these currently, and then these ones here. And that one game there that is SNK Arcade Collection, I forget what it's called, but 30th Anniversary Collection. So yeah. So then moving on to PlayStation, my PlayStation 1 section. Nothing super crazy. I've had decent stuff in here quite a bit for this, but it sells really well actually for me. So my current PlayStation section. PlayStation 2. I got a few good ones in here. Grandia 2 is really good. Dragon Quest 8. I love role playing games. That's like my thing. God of War 2. Sega Genesis Collection, of course, you can't go wrong with. Quite a few disc only games in there. A lot of like Dragon Ball Z and Naruto and stuff like that in there. But yeah. Then more PlayStation 2, just kind of some average titles. I don't have a whole lot of crazy stuff in this store, so nothing super expensive. Most of the stuff on the wall is around 10 bucks or under, really. So, moving on, here's the PlayStation section. So, we've got a few good games up here. Twisted Metal, I really like. I love the Resistance games, and they just apparently announced a new one coming up today or something from what I saw. I didn't read into it. But, so I've got 1 and 2, some more God of Wars, Star Wars Force Unleashed, some of the Zillia and Zestri games I've got in here. I've got Final Fantasy 13, Dark Souls 1 and 2, Star Ocean, so some decent stuff for PS3. Quite a few disc-only games, just you have to come through them. Come look at them. More down here, a lot of the rock bands, things like that. Oh, I would have to drop my phone, wouldn't I? I'm going to leave that in, I guess. So I've got more stuff over here. So decent selection of PS3 stuff. Nothing, like I said, nothing in the store is really super crazy. My case, I've got a few, I don't know, $50, $60, $80 games, but nothing off the wall crazy. So here's moving on to PS4. So, like I said, I like role-playing stuff, so Dragon Quest 11 up there. Amazing, amazing game. But yeah, got a decent selection of stuff in here for PS4. Let's go and do these. Horizon Zero Dawn, another one of my absolute favorite games of all time. The Witcher 3, amazing. Got Nier Automata on there and Code Vein, those are good ones. But yeah, decent selection of PS4 stuff. Even some VR stuff in on there if you're into that. I don't have a PSVR anymore, but I do have the MetaQuest 2, and I absolutely love VR stuff. I think it's amazing. I really want to get the PS5 one. But here's my PS5 games. Don't have a whole ton in that at the moment. But yeah, this is what I've got currently. Sifu's a good one. I've never played it. Elden Ring, Force, Mortal Kombat, TMNT collection, your Sonic collections. Prince of Persia's never tried that one either. But yeah, that's my game wall. So then moving on to my case over here. I'm going to turn it sideways and see if I can get a better shot that way. Actually, no, that'll probably put it sideways in the video, so I'm going to go like this, my bad. So, this is what I have in the case at the moment. I've got Guilty Gear, more PS4 stuff. Some of this is sealed, by the way, like the Final Fantasy VII Remake is sealed, the Heart of the Woods is sealed. I've got Tales of Zillia, Ultimate Alliance 2. Down here I've got a few DS games that are decent. A couple of them 3DS, I got Paper Mario in there. Ocarina of Time from Zelda. Pokemon, Mario, some decent stuff. A few more Switch games. These are kind of a little bit higher, 20 and up-ish. Most of these are around $30 in here that I'm selling for, but most of these are brand new, unopened. So just FYI. I've got, these are two higher dollar Xbox 360 games I've got here, Lost Odyssey and Magna Carta 2. I've never played Magna Carta. Lost Odyssey is amazing. Kind of on the short side a little bit, but it's similar to one of the Final Fantasies from the PlayStation era if you never played it. It's really good. Moving on, got a couple more. I got some Buffy games in there. A couple GameCube. That price is way outdated. That probably needs to be lowered quite a bit. Got Rayman. Just some random stuff in here. Got PS2, Grandia Extreme. Amazing game. Love that. Dragon Ball Z Infinity World. Clockwork Knight for Saturn. Metroid Prime Trilogy. Mario Party 9. Just some good stuff. That's my copy of Bayonetta. I need a case for it. It does not have a case, but both discs are in there. Metal Gear Acid 2. It's got a pretty decent price on it, but it needs to be reshelled. The shell it's broken on it. So that'd have to be replaced if you got that. Resident Evil 2 back there. I've got a good price on that, but one of the discs, I think it's the Claire disc. Yeah, Claire disc is cracked in the center. It does play. I don't know that it's finishable. I've never been able to finish that game because it's too hard for me. But yeah, I've got the case. It's in good condition and stuff. So if you're interested, it's here. Got Zelda, Mega Man 2 down there, Chippendales, some decent games for NES. Some more Genesis stuff. Well, actually, first Genesis stuff I guess you've seen on here. I don't have a whole lot of Genesis or even Sega stuff really, but this is what I have in the case at the moment. Then some Super Nintendo stuff, just kind of decent titles, you know. Nothing off the wall. Some N64 games. These were actually rescued. That Super Mario 64, that looks pretty rough, but these were rescued games I got in a flea market for super cheap. I know the guy who runs the booth, and he gave me a really good deal on them. I had to clean them up. Most of these were black when I started. Like, they were really rough. Actually cleaned up pretty good. Some of the labels are pretty faded on them, but they all work. They've all been tested. Like, they were completely taken apart, and I cleaned them out, and they do all work. So this is a little case I have on the counter up here. Just some DS games and a few Game Boy Advance games, not a whole lot. It's Tekken Advance. Label's messed up, which sucks, but it is what it is. But yeah, just a few, just loose stuff in here. Nothing super off the wall crazy. This side's not as good as the other side, but yeah, I think I've got Diddy Kong Racing in there. That's a good one. A few Metal Gear Acid for the PSP. A few PSP games up here. Yeah, that's my little spinny case on the counter. So coming over here, this is my, I guess, more high dollar stuff. But so on the top shelf, I've got Lollipop Chainsaw. That is sealed, by the way, completely. May need to check the price on that, go down a little bit, but it's currently at $50. Got Lost Odyssey, disc only in there. Another Naruto game, Need for Speed, sealed. Tales of Symphonia, sealed. R. Tornelico, Melody of Alemia, Shadow Hearts. A lot of the dot hack games. Which I've had a lot of interest in these, but no one's bought any yet, so. But they're still there. Got a couple more Switch games. That's a good one right there. So the little figurines are just kind of decoration in there. But I've got a few more decent, just loose games in here. So Castlevania, that's a good one. Mario Kart. Mario Golf. Another Castlevania, Harmony of Dissonance. I've got a little Game Boy Advance. The screen on that one's pretty rough, but it works, plays just perfectly. Couple unopened Switch games over here as well. I got the Mario and Luigi Brothership, Ni no Kuni 2, Shantae, Genie Hero, and Pokemon Arceus. Now, some of these, like this one here, for like some of them are the PAL versions, just FYI, which they will still play on an American Switch. But some of those things, like especially on the PlayStation thing, is that like you can't play the DLC, of course, which you probably know that if you're into this kind of stuff. But I've got a Nintendo Switch. It is used. The box is actually my own from home because I'm never selling my Switch ever. So I just brought my box here to put the one I have in there for it. Really good shape. This Switch specifically, though, the Joy-Cons will not stay latched in the thing for some reason. They keep sliding out, which sucks. But like if you give it a lot of pressure, like I wouldn't give it to a kid to carry around by the Joy-Cons, it'll slide out. But it just doesn't latch in there right. But if you take those Joy-Cons, put them on another Switch, they work perfectly fine, and vice versa. So I don't know what what the person did to it, but they told me they didn't know how to put them on or take them off right, so they kind of forced it. But everything still works, but just FYI. Systems, got a few things in here. I got a PS2 Slim. $68 currently. It says no power cord. I do have power cords now because I've got some accessories, which I can throw one of those in there now. Got a Game Boy Pocket I just picked up the other day. NES. all my systems will come with at least one controller and all the cords. Got an N64 that does not have the expansion pack in it, it's a regular one. A PS3 Slim. I got this thing for $10 in a flea market, and it works just perfectly fine. All it needed was the lens cleaned on it. The end is missing. It came like that, but it works perfectly fine. Xbox 360. So that's what I have for my systems at the moment. I don't have a whole ton of systems, but that's what I've got. So over here, just some random NES games. Nothing super crazy. I might still have a 5-screw or two, like these first two are 5-screw games, but nothing super crazy in there. Just some decent stuff. TMNT I always liked. Metal Gear, things like that. Some Genesis games. Let's see what I've got here. I don't even know anymore. Samurai Showdown, Double Dragon, Taz. Some decent stuff there. Some more kind of cheaper SNES games. Some Mortal Kombats. I think this might actually be Mortal Kombat 2. Oh, that is Mortal Kombat 1. My bad. F-Zero, Kirby's Avalanche, Final Fight. So some good stuff in there. N64. Some decent stuff. Got Cruising World, Destruction Derby. One of the WCW NWO Revenge games. My current selection over here of 3DS games. Super Mario 3D Land. Then I've got a bunch of DS games. And then it kind of moves on to my movies. I carry movies as well. I got quite a selection of movies, really. They're really cheap. These ones here are all new, sealed. They're $4 a pop, which I could lower the price on them eventually if they don't sell, because I got a really good deal on them. But these are all sealed kids movies. So if you need stocking stuffers or you're buying for, a child or whatever, lots of movies in here unopened for kids. Got the little Mario hat up there. I've got little things around the shop just here and there too that, I sell. So next section, just my movies and stuff, and they just got a ton of them. I sell them all for $125 each or 3 for $3, unless they're individually marked. But there's only a few that are like that. Most of them are completely that price. Choose Your Own Adventure books, just because I love those as a kid. I have a few of those, and they're for $5 a pop. But yeah, my movie selection is pretty decent. These are all spined. I mean, there's hundreds here, probably, 500, 600, 700, 800, somewhere around there, quite a bit. Especially if you count all the Blu-rays and box sets. Yeah, decent titles. Nothing super new, per se, but kind of fits with the theme of retro. I mean, it's all from mid-90s to about 2010 or so, I guess, is what mostly all this stuff is. But yeah, just all kinds of stuff. And then I have a small VHS section. I just started doing this because people have been asking about it, and I got a really, really good deal on these. But yeah. These, I think I'm selling for $1 a piece. If they do not have the cases with them and they're loose, they're just 50 cents. So, but just, there again, all different kinds of stuff. I mean, you got your Dirty Dancing, you got, Back to the Future's in here, and just things like that. Down here, a lot of Disney stuff. And I know you can find a lot of this stuff in flea markets as well, especially movies, for around $1.25. All of mine are resurfaced. And I don't put them out if they're bad. I could show you piles in the back. I've got probably 200 movies in the back that did not make the cut to come out here. Because if they're in rough shape, I don't put them out. They've got to be pretty good for me to put them out here. Blu-rays I do for $3 a piece or 2 for $5. So this is my Blu-ray section right now. Decent selection of movies. I don't have a whole ton of these, not nearly as many as like the DVDs, but I've got a lot of them. These Frozens and Toy Stories on top, those are sealed, as well as the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 is sealed. So they're going to be a different price. but they're $5. This one's 12. These are 10. And Elf for $5 unopened, but the rest of these are all opened already. But yeah, just some random Blu-rays like you'd find in any store. Once again, I've got some of these too. I've got, I don't know, probably 50, 75 of these that didn't make the cut as well. Like I said, if I don't put them out if they're not in good shape. So then I've got, going on to, I have some of these I got cheap, just some random stuff. Got some Monopoly games, Teen Mutant Ninja Turtles and Super Mario Brothers. The Mario ones I've sold really well. I think that is my last one I have left. Got some Teen Mutant Ninja Turtles figures. These are newer. They're not worth a whole lot of money. They're from last year, but I got them on clearance at a good price. So I went ahead and picked them up. Why not? A few Lego sets also. Not a lot, but I've got a few Lego sets in here. Then I go over to my DVD box sets. Got some cool stuff in here, I think. I've sold quite a bit. Like I had like The Simpsons. I got Ren and Stimpy and Simpsons right now, but I had that and Futurama. A bunch of seasons sold a lot of that stuff. But yeah. If you like this kind of stuff, I've got it here. I don't charge a lot for these. I'm thinking about doing just a flat rate on all these because it's so hard to look up and just price everything. But I know a lot of these end up being worth 20 some dollars, but I'm probably gonna start selling for like $4 a pop. Cause I literally, just for transparency, I paid $1 for each one of these. So, I mean, that would get my money back. I've got these. There's a girl at my other job, because I work 2 jobs, and she goes out and collects these herself, and goes out and digs them out of the earth and everything herself. But just some crystals and rocks and stuff in here. Just people tend to look at them and say they're cool. I sold a few of them. My wife makes earrings. Some of these are, more just traditional, but some are kind of